Hello, boys and girls. Let's get started. Okay, so we're back. We're reading typecasting, specifically automatic conversion, and we're going to continue to do that. So let's right away get into the content. Okay. All right. So what we were reading was page 54. Oh, I don't know why the continuous scrolling disables by itself. I have no idea why that happens. Okay, so okay, so we already read that. Okay, okay, so that's where we left off. Here we go. Okay. Oh, oh my God, why is this happening? You know what? I think that I am going to choose single page only because I don't know what's happening with this scrolling. It's horrible. All right. Okay, so let's go to the next page. And that is the program that we coded. And now the next page. Okay. And okay, I think this is where we are. Okay. This I think this is where we're going. Let me do something here first. Excuse me, guys. Thumbnails. Yes, please. Okay. So okay. Arrays. Here we go. So it was actually page 55 where we were left. Oh my God, I don't know what's happening. I don't know. Okay, here we go. All right, now let's hide the sidebar. Boom. Okay. You know what? I think it's because I have Google Chrome running in the background, and for some reason, OBS Studio and Google Chrome just do not get along. Those two do not get along. Anyway, let's get back. And for some reason, this converted into 2 pages again. So I don't know. Okay. So this is the last model that we watched. Okay, the last class that we coded promote. Okay, and we were left with the explanation, and now we are going to start with arrays. So let's get to it. All right. So arrays. An array is a group of like-typed variables that are referred to by a common name. Arrays. Okay. Arrays of any type can be created and may have one or more dimensions. A specific element in an array is accessed by its index. Okay. And arrays offer a convenient means of grouping related information. I like the way that he talks about these things. Again, I already have a Java certification, but just reading this book, it's just, man, you do get a different feeling. This I like Herbert Schildt. I like him. Okay, one-dimensional arrays. A one-dimensional array is essentially a list of like-type variables, and to create an array, you first must create an array variable of the desired type. The general form of a one-dimensional array declaration is type, and then the variable name. Okay, Here, type declares the element type, also called the base type of the array. And the element type determines the data type of each element that comprises the array. Thus, the element type for the array determines what type of data the array will hold. Very important. For example, the following declares an array named month days with the type array of int. So that means that every month day that is housed in that array must be of type int. And there is the declaration of the variable for the array. Int brackets month underscore days semicolon. All right, so let's scroll up a little bit. Here we go. Oh, what the heck just happened? Oh my god. Okay. Although this declaration establishes the fact that month underscore days is an array variable, no array actually exists. To link month underscore days with an actual physical array of integers, okay, let's go to page 56. Oh my god, I don't know what's happening. Okay. You know, I need a Mac with like the M chip, you know, because this Mac right here has the i7. Oh, all right, let's get back. Okay, and for some reason, every time I hit the okay, let's see. No, that's too small. Every time I switch, it gives me this thing. Okay. All right, there we go. Okay. We were on top of the page, it looks like, and I don't know why the page does not want to scroll. Oh, it's over scrolling. Okay. So we were up here. So to do the actual array, you must allocate one. It looks okay. Using the new and assigning it to month underscore days. New is a special operator that allocates memory. You will look more closely at new in a later chapter, but you need to use it now. Okay. To allocate memory for arrays. The general form of new, as it applies to one-dimensional arrays, appears as follows. Array var new type. So this array variable, then new, and then type of array, and then the size of the array. That's how that's read. Here, type specifies the type of data being allocated. Size specifies the number of elements in the array. An array var is the array variable that is linked to the array. That is, to use new to allocate an array, you must specify the type and number of elements to allocate. The elements in the array allocated by new will automatically be initialized to 0 for numeric types, false for Boolean, and or null for reference types, which are described in a later chapter. This example allocates a 12-element array of integers and links them to month underscore days. Month days equals new int, the type 12. That is 12 elements. And they will all be initialized to 0 as we're reading right on that comment. After this statement executes, month days will refer to an array of 12 integers. Further, all elements in the array will be initialized to 0. Let's review obtaining an array. Obtaining an array is a two-step process. First, you must declare a variable of the desired array type. Second, you must allocate the memory that will hold the array. Using new and assign it to the array variable. Thus, in Java, all arrays are dynamically allocated. If the concept of dynamic allocation is unfamiliar to you, don't worry, it will be described at length later in this book. Okay. All right. Once you have allocated an array, you can access a specific element in the array by specifying its index within square brackets. All array indexes start at 0. For example, this statement assigns the value 28 to the second element of month days. Month days bracket 1 equals 28 because all indexes start at 0. Okay. So 0 will be what you will consider the first place, and 1 will be considered the second place. Okay, so the next line displays the value stored at index 3. System.out.println parentheses month underscore days brackets 3. Putting together all the pieces, here is a program that creates an array of the number of days in each month. All right, so now let's just focus on the program and then we're going to code it. Let's look at it here. There it is. I like how the magnifying tool of the preview app from Apple automatically adjusts the magnifying space, you know, depending on the content that is under it. That's amazing. Demonstrate a one-dimensional array class. Okay, array, and there is the code. All right. There is the code. Is there anything else here? Or maybe on the next page? Let's see. Yeah, there it is. There's the rest of the code. Okay, so see, we're going to use that a lot. I'm going to copy the whole thing. Now I know to do that when I'm using Nano. All right, so let's get out of this. Let me scroll down a little bit. As we go into the terminal, I'm going to need to read this down there. Okay, so that's good enough. Let's go to the terminal. Okay. Let's see. So, Nano, the name of the file will be array.java. Okay. And comment first, demonstrate one, image, array dot, okay, class array, alright, public static void main strg string square brackets argument. Okay, int array of type int. The variable is going to be called month days. Okay, and month underscore days. New int. There we created the array with 12 spaces. Index starting at 0. All initialized to 0. Okay, and now, excuse me, it's so hot in here. Okay, now we're going to, okay. So I have to get ready to copy this and paste it several times. Month underscore days. Okay. Equals, and now we're going to cut it and then we're going to paste it so that I always have it. Okay, so we're going to do index 0 equals 31 underscore. Okay, paste it index 1 and so on and so forth until we're done. 28 days. Okay, so It's nice to know these tricks. Oh, 38 again. 20, I mean 31 again. 30. Oh man, now I know why people like to code here like the experts. I can't wait till I become one. Now I know why they like to use the terminal. This is so much better than using like IDEs that are so heavy with so much stuff. That's meant to be useful, but I find that I quickly found out that for me, even being a noob, like it just got in the way. And I got a lot of programs coded in JetBrains IDE for Java. I really do have a lot of stuff coded there, but I always wanted like something just lighter, you know? And I came across this IDE called TextMate, which is my dream IDE. This thing has nothing. Like it's almost like a notepad, but with the essentials, like the number lines and things like that. And it supports like any language. Check it out, TextMate, okay? It's amazing. It has a like a pink flower. That's the icon for it. So you know which one it is. Okay, so let me see. I think I made a mistake here. So 31, 30, and then 31 again. Okay. And then 30 again. Oops. Index 5 is 30. Okay. Index 6 is 31 again. And index 7 is, oh, here we go. Alright, I gotta scroll down a little bit here. Oh, the next page, okay. Alright, so index 7 is 31. Index 8 is 30. Index 9, 31. Index 10, which is technically the 11th place. Oh, is 30. Yeah. And index 11 is 31. And I think we have one print statement, yeah. So system that out that print line April has then month underscore days, which is the name of the 3, which is index 3 is technically the 4th place, because remember that the places start counting as 0. Okay, so that's correct to highlight the 4th month of the year. Days. Oh. Okay, we're good. And now, excuse me. There we go. Save it. All right, and let's get out. So now let's okay. Let's compile it. Okay. There we go. And let's run it. April has 30 days. There it is. There it is. Okay. Now, you know, I don't like that. Okay. Let me do something here. That's good. And let's get out. Let's compile one more time. And then let's run it. Oh my god. Now, okay. Let's go. And let's go to the end here and let's put a line, and then let's keep going back a little bit. Okay, the only thing about the terminal is that you cannot use the mouse to click around and move the indicator from the pointer. You have to actually do it by just using the arrow keys. There we go. I like that better. You know, space out before and after. It's more readable like that. Okay, so let's clear and let's get back to the beginning. All right, let's get back to reading. Okay, so now, okay, and we have what we expected. Okay, so when you run this program, it prints the number of days in April. As mentioned, Java array indexes start with 0, so the number of days in April is month days 3 or 30, index 3. It is possible to combine the declaration of the array, and by the way, there is the, oh, well, I already cleared it. It's possible to combine the declaration of the array variable with the allocation of the array itself, as shown here. Okay, it is possible to combine the declaration of the array variable with the initialization, basically, or the allocation of the array. So that's pretty good to keep in mind, because this is the safe time to do it like that. That's why I was doing it like that in the other programs that I was coding at the beginning. Okay. This is the way that you will normally see it done in professionally written Java programs, of course, as it is just right up there. Okay. All right. Arrays can be initialized when they are declared. The process is much the same as that used to initialize the simple types. An array initializer is a list of comma-separated expressions surrounded by curly braces. The commas separate the values of the array elements. The array will automatically be created large enough to hold the number of elements you specify in the array initializer. There is no need to use new. For example, to store the number of days in each month, the following code creates an initialized array of integers. All right, so let's look at code again. Okay, this is a short code. Oh my god, what is this? Okay, here we go. Okay, an improved version of the previous program. It's improved because we don't have to go index by index, we're just putting the stuff in there. Okay, auto array. Here you go. That's pretty neat. That is much cooler, right? Because you don't have to go and repeat the array variable month days, 30 times. This is pretty cool. All right, so let's code it. Let's code it. Let's go ahead and code it. All right. Should be here. Okay. Nano auto array, I think was by convention we capitalize every other. Oh my goodness, what is this? The computer, I don't know, it slows down sometimes, and it's just not letting me, like, it's not keeping up with what I'm typing. All right, so auto array. Oh my goodness. No, well, I'll get another chance to fix that Java extension anyway. Okay. An improved version of the previous program. Okay. Class auto array. Okay. Public static void main string. Okay. Arguments. Okay. Int month days. Okay, and now we go 31 comma 28 comma 31 comma 30 comma 31 comma 30 comma 31 comma. Okay. 31 comma 30 comma 31 comma 30 comma 31, and that's it. So we have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 wait, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12. That's right. Okay, and then that's it. And now we do okay. Oops. Print line. Okay, and let's put the line here. April has okay days. There we go. And now somebody's shooting. I don't know if you can hear in the video, but somebody's shooting out there. Well, I am at home. Alright, so let's save this. And let's add the .java to the name. Let's confirm. And now let's close it. Oh wait, yeah. Let's get out. Okay, so Java. Compile. Let's array the Java. There we go. Okay, and now Java. Let's array and let's run it. Oh, what the heck? Where is it? Ah, I gotta get used to that. You know, this is why I'm so anal about this. I don't have to do this, but just because I'm anal about it. Oh wait, that was not it. Okay, I'm gonna do it just because. Just because I'm anal about it. Okay. Because I gotta get used to this and remind myself that I have to do that every time. Okay. And now let's run it one last time. There we go. That's more like it. That's more like it. I know. This is a little, you know, but all right. So let's get back to the rating. All right. Let's see. So, okay. Oh my God! I didn't start Pomodoro. I did not start it. Okay, let's go. Let's keep going. Okay. Okay. When you run this program, you see the same output as that generated by the previous version. Java strictly checks to make sure you do not accidentally try to store or reference values outside of the range of the array. The Java runtime system will check that. Okay. all array indexes are in the correct range. For example, the runtime system will check the value of each index into month days to make sure that it is between 0 and 11 inclusive. If you try to access elements outside the range of the array, negative numbers or numbers greater than the length of the array, you will cause a runtime error. Here's one more example that uses a one-dimensional array. It finds the average of a set of numbers. I like that. Okay, so I think this is before we start like another section. Yeah, multidimensional arrays. Okay, so we're gonna stop the video after we do this code if it doesn't stop by itself. So let's first check the code and then we'll go ahead and do the rest. So first, code here, let's see. Okay. Average an array of values. Class average, public static, okay. There is a double, it's an array of doubles this time. Okay, result, okay, and let's look at the next portion of this code, which is down here. Okay, and this is where you do the averaging right here. Very likely. Okay, this is where it is. There it goes, by the number of, the result is, the average is the result divided by 5. Because he has 5 doubles in the on the braces. Okay, that's why. All right, so let's code this thing quickly. All right, and let's switch. Okay, here we go. My computer seems to be slow. Okay. And again, let's just clear the terminal. Okay. And nano average is the name of this program. .java. Okay. Average an array of values. Okay. Class average. Okay. Public static void main string. Okay. Oh, excuse me. Okay, nums in 10.1, 11.2. I should, just to avoid confusion, I should do it like this, leave a little space. Okay. 12, 12.3. Okay. 13.4. I see what he's doing. 14.5. Okay, close. Okay, double result equals 0. Okay. Int I, and we're gonna leave it empty for now, and then okay, and then we're going to do a for loop. Let's loop one more space. Okay, so for I equals 0. Okay. I, as long as I is less than 5. Okay. Increase I. Okay, and then say result equals result plus nums index of I. So it's going to check the index, the amount in each index, and it's going to add it to the original value result, which is 0. So 0 plus 10.1, then that's going to be the what's deposited into result, and then it's going to check the index of nums 1, and it's going to be 11.2, so it's going to have to be 10.1 plus 11.2, and so on. That's going to be it. All right, and finally we have a, let's say one more space, system.out print line average is plus result divided by 5 plus, and here's where I'm going to leave the line. Okay, good. So now we know. Okay, now we know. Good. Okay, so now our ending brackets